Our final story today, we shift our focus to Argentina, where the South American country has finally started the long-awaited trial into the death of football legend Diego Maradona. Now, the case has riled emotions across Argentina, where the World Cup winner is still revered. This was visible outside a court in the outskirts of the capital of Buenos Aires, where the trial began. Fans donning number 10 jerseys chanted slogans, sang soccer songs as they gathered outside the court. Some even held posters with the message, "Justice for D10S," using a nickname based on Maradona's jersey number and the Spanish word for God. The trial, which kicked off after 2 previous suspensions, seeks to determine whether Maradona's medical team is responsible for his death, which occurred on the 25th of November 2020. 7 members of the medical team are due in court in a trial expected to last months. The 8 members of the team face a trial by jury in July. More than 100 witnesses will testify at the trial, which is expected to last until July.
Beginning a trial like this one after so much time is interesting, especially for the family. These are trials that don't calm the pain but will give some relief when justice decides the defendants are guilty. I am convinced all the people brought to court deserve at least a sentence. I am convinced.
There is more than enough evidence to prove not only that Diego Maradona was not properly treated, but also trial will show how all his things were taken and how Diego died and suffered in his last days. So, well, we hope that justice will be served.
Aged 60, Diego Maradona was recovering at home from surgery on a brain blood clot when he died of a heart attack at his home 14 days later. Prosecutors allege that Maradona's death could have been avoided and accuse the hospital staff of medical negligence. They claim there was malpractice during his home hospitalization. In an opening statement, the prosecution said it intended to submit solid evidence that no member of the medical team did what they were supposed to do in the horror theater that was Maradona's deathbed.
Así murió Maradona.
Look, this is how Maradona died. Anyone who comes to tell you, the judges, that they did not perceive what was happening to Diego Maradona is lying to you.
It wasn't a low blow. It's something that's already part of the case. In the end, we could say the real low blow was given to Diego, because that's the state they left Diego Armando Maradona in. He couldn't even fit into the coffin on the day of his wake due to how swollen and inflamed he was.
The defendants in the case are a neurosurgeon, a psychiatrist, a psychologist, a medical coordinator, a nursing coordinator, a doctor, and a night nurse.
I came here sad, afraid of a corrupt justice. I am scared of that. But I am not scared of divine justice. Everything in this life is paid, not everything is money. I hope justice can show they are honest and no Diego was brought to death. Here there aren't only 2 responsible people, Leopoldo Luque and psychiatrist Agustina Kosachov. Here there are people who haven't even been accused.
They say Maradona had refused further treatment, while he should have stayed in hospital for longer after his operation. If found guilty, the medical team risks prison terms between 8 and 25 years on the charge of homicide with possible intent. Investigators classified the case as culpable homicide in 2021, a crime similar to involuntary manslaughter, because they said the accused were aware of the seriousness of Maradona's health condition, but did not take the necessary measures to save him. Maradona, immortalized in Argentina in huge murals and tattoos across the country, is considered one of the greatest soccer players ever. He was captain when Argentina won the 1986 World Cup, scoring the famous Hand of God goal against England in the quarterfinals. During the second half of his career, Maradona struggled with cocaine addiction and was banned for 15 months after testing positive for the drug in 1992. But the news of his death threw the football world, especially Argentina, into deep mourning. Hundreds of thousands of people queued for hours to walk by his coffin at the presidential palace in Buenos Aires. Now, after 4 years of his death, the grief has returned to Maradona's family and fans. They are all hoping that justice will finally be served.
Merci beaucoup. Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Namaste, Mr. President.
Bharat Kelogon, Komeri Namaste.
How many people generally follow you in interviews?
Typically in a month we have viewers up to 150 million, that's more than twice the population of France. And in the last 2 years we had 3 billion viewers. So I say, Laurent, this is your chance to be famous. You're on Firstpost. One word to describe your equation with Prime Minister Modi.
Amitié.
As India and France work together, are you creating a new era of non-alignment in the technology space?
India is a training superpower. 1 million engineers a year, more than all of Europe and the US combined. So we have that partnership. We have a partnership on the environment and the economy. We also have civilian nuclear programs, and that is something we've developed far beyond the France-India relationship. So we want to work together on AI.
And then comes China with its DeepSeek, creating models at a fraction of the cost. Did that innovation take you by surprise? Did that breakthrough make you sit up and think, what did the Chinese do and how?
But what did DeepSeek do? They took everything that was already available from the last AI model, and then they recalibrated it.
So are you going to ban Chinese AI in France?
So we don't have this American approach of banning tech because of where it comes from.